Let's get right into it. Number 7. The fake intellectual act. You think dropping philosophy quotes at dinner parties makes you irresistible. You name-drop Nietzsche while ordering appetizers, call nature your church, and offer psychological breakdowns of strangers at bars. Here's the reality check. Women see right through this performance. Real intelligence shows up through genuine curiosity, not pretentious vocabulary dumps. When you use $10 words where simple ones work perfectly, you're screaming insecurity instead of showcasing brilliance. Women are attracted to authentic knowledge and thoughtful questions, not some guy who Googled famous philosophers 5 minutes before the date. The truly intelligent man listens more than he speaks and asks questions that show he's genuinely interested in understanding her perspective. Stop trying to sound like a walking Wikipedia page and start being genuinely curious about the world around you. Number 6. The bathroom hog routine. You spend more time in front of the mirror than she does getting ready for a wedding, 45 minutes styling your hair, another 20 perfecting your skincare routine, then another 15 choosing the perfect cologne combination. You think this dedication to grooming shows you care about your appearance, but it actually screams self-obsession. Women notice when you're more concerned with how you look than how she feels. This isn't about basic hygiene or taking care of yourself. It's about turning personal grooming into a full, theatrical production that delays everything and makes every outing about your appearance schedule. The irony is that confidence comes from feeling comfortable in your own skin, not from spending hours trying to achieve some impossible standard of perfection. Real attraction builds when you can focus on her instead of constantly checking your reflection in every surface you pass. Number 5. The protective caveman complex. You think starting fights with random guys who glance in her direction makes you look strong and protective. Someone looks at your girlfriend for half a second too long, and suddenly you're puffing out your chest, ready to throw down in the middle of a restaurant. You believe this shows you're willing to defend her honor, but it actually reveals toxic insecurity and poor impulse control. Women don't need you to fight their battles against imaginary threats. They need partners who can assess situations rationally and respond appropriately. Real strength shows up in emotional stability, not in your willingness to turn every social interaction into a potential boxing match. The guy who can stay calm under pressure and use his words instead of his fists demonstrates the kind of strength that actually matters in a relationship. Your girlfriend doesn't want to spend every night out wondering if you're going to start a fight with the waiter. Number 4. The mind reader menu master. You think it's charming to order her food without asking what she wants. The waiter comes over, and you confidently announce that the lady will have the salmon with a side salad, dressing on the side. You believe this shows you're decisive and take charge, like some old-school gentleman from a romantic movie. But here's what's actually happening. You're taking away her basic autonomy and treating her like she can't make simple decisions for herself. This isn't chivalry, it's control disguised as consideration. Women have preferences, dietary restrictions, and the basic human right to choose what they put in their bodies. The truly considerate move is asking what she's in the mood for or suggesting a few options you think she might enjoy. When you order for her without consultation, you're essentially telling everyone at the table that you don't think she's capable of speaking for herself. Number 3. The wandering eye epidemic. You think you're being subtle when you check out other women, but women notice every single glance. You're having dinner with her, but your eyes keep drifting to the hostess, the woman at the bar, or literally anyone else who walks by. You convince yourself these are just casual observations. But she's sitting right there, watching you mentally catalog every attractive person in the room. This behavior makes women feel invisible and unimportant, like they're competing for your attention even when you're supposed to be on a date together. The worst part is when you try to play it off like she's being paranoid or overly sensitive. Women have finely tuned radar for this behavior because it signals that you're always looking for something better. Real attraction means being genuinely interested in the person sitting across from you, not treating every outing like a window shopping expedition. Number 2. The cheapskate calculator. You think being financially responsible makes you attractive, but you've turned every decision into a mathematical equation where cost is the only variable that matters. You suggest splitting appetizers to save money, calculate tips down to the exact penny, and choose restaurants based solely on Groupon availability. You believe this shows you're practical and good with money, but it actually signals that you'll be equally stingy with emotional investment. Women notice when you spend more time analyzing the check than you did listening to her stories during dinner. This isn't about being broke or budget conscious. It's about making every single interaction feel like a business transaction instead of a genuine connection. The guy who haggles with the movie theater cashier over popcorn prices is the same guy who'll track every favor and keep score in relationships. Women want partners who understand that some experiences are worth the investment, not human calculators who treat every outing like a corporate expense report. Number 1. The conditional respect master. You think you're making her feel special by putting down other women, but you're actually revealing your true character. You point out how much better she is than your ex, comment on how other women dress inappropriately, or make jokes about female drivers and shopping habits. You believe this elevates her in your eyes and shows her how much you value her compared to the rest of womankind. But here's what she's really hearing. Your respect is conditional and temporary. If you can casually dismiss and degrade other women, what happens when she doesn't meet your standards someday? This behavior doesn't make her feel chosen. It makes her feel like she's auditioning for your approval. Women recognize that men who genuinely respect them also respect women in general. The guy who talks trash about his female coworkers, makes crude comments about women on TV, or dismisses entire groups of women as crazy or dramatic is showing exactly how he'll talk about her when she's not around. Real attraction builds when women feel secure that your respect isn't something they have to earn daily through perfect behavior. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.